travel the world without me, can't stay in one place only home. My time is up.
Across the deepest oceans, over 1,000 green hills. Beyond the mountains, across the deepest abyss, to the most diverse and extreme natural tropical and equatorial rainforests. Beyond the most extreme and harsh dry lands of Kalahari, the Atacama, Sahara, the dry valleys of Antarctica, the Pelican in Great Namibia, to the suburb and urban environment of Florida, Johannesburg, Sydney and Riyadh. In the Great Middle East lies the Kingdom of Bahrain, a very small, beautiful and peaceful island in the Great Persian Gulf. With its magnificent masterpiece architecture work, amazingly hospitable and friendly people, safe environment and great diverse, ethnic and religious culture. Least known to many people across the world, but with a large number of foreigners and expatriate constituting to about 53% of the population. With an estimation of 9,700 species of birds across the 7 continents of Earth. This great kingdom nurtures an overwhelming 357 bird species. Among these, 7 of the species have been introduced by humans. They enormously outnumber the human race, however dominant they are. I bring you the incredible, largely distributed and one of the most invasive species of birds on Earth. This is the common myna, widely referred to as the Indian Mynah, which is also spelled as myna. This bird belongs to Sternidae family, which is native to Asia. The scientific generic name for this species of bird is Acridotheres tristis. The specific name Tristis is a Latin word which means sad or gloomy. This species is now placed in the genus Acridotheres that was introduced by the French ornithologist Louis Jean-Pierre Vieillot in 1816. The generic name Acridotheres is from the Greek word akridos, meaning locust, and theres, meaning hunter. By nature it is an omnivorous species, an open woodland bird with a very strong territorial instinct. This invasive species has adapted quite well in the urban environment, just like the Columba livia pigeon. As a hunter it mostly feeds on a variety of food scraps, vegetables, grains, fruits, seeds, flowers, nectar, young birds, eggs and invertebrates and their larvae. Their average lifespan is 4 years in the wild, but can possibly do more than 12 years if the environment favors their living conditions. The population and range of the common myna is increasing at a very extreme rapid rate across the globe, seeing that, in the year 2000, the International Union of Conservation of Nature (IUCN) Species Survival Commission declared it as one of the world's most invasive species and one of only 3 birds listed among 100 of the world's worst invasive species that pose a threat to biodiversity, agriculture and human interests. Overwhelmingly, the common myna is regarded as a pest in South Africa, North America, the Middle East, Australia, New Zealand and many Pacific islands. Astonishingly, it is even more problematic in Australia and Fiji Islands, and many attempts to control the invasiveness have been done without effect. It was even declared a serious national threat to the ecosystems of Australia, where it was named the most important pest problem in 2008. Going back in time, the historical generic and scientific discovery of this species dates back in 1760. The French zoologist Mathurin Jacques Brisson included a description of the common myna in his Ornithology, based on a specimen that he mistakenly believed had been collected in the Philippines. He used the French name Le Merle des Philippines and the Latin Merula philippensis. Although Brisson coined Latin names, they do not conform to the binomial system and are not recognized by the International Commission on Zoological Nomenclature. Later on, when the Swedish naturalist, Carl Linnaeus, updated his Systema Naturae in 1766, for the 12th edition, he added 240 species that had been previously described by Brisson, and one of them was the common myna. Linnaeus included a brief description, coined the binomial name Paradisi Tristis, and cited Brisson's work. The type location was subsequently corrected to Pondicherry in southern India. With its visible brown body, black hooded head and the bare yellow patch behind the eye, it is very easy to spot it in whatever environment it is in. The bill and legs are bright yellow, with a noticeable white patch on the outer primaries. The wing lining on the underside is white also. The male and female are similar and mostly are usually seen in pairs. However, it is very impossible to visually differentiate a male or a female unless you check which one lays eggs or through lab generic testing. Their body size is averagely almost all the same as most of other species of birds, with an average body length of 23 centimeters or 9.1 inches. An average weight of 120 to 138 grams. They have a medium-wide wingspan chord of 138 to 153 millimeter. The common myna obeys Lodge's rule in that the birds from northwestern India tend to be paler than the darker counterparts in southern India, and most of them shelter in nests. They lay 2 to 5 blue turquoise eggs, which they can breed twice a year. Surprisingly, they can build and defend several nests at a time, although only one nest will hold the eggs during the seasoning and after mating. The egg color is so distinctive as there is no known native hollow-nesting birds that lay blue turquoise eggs like they do. The egg-laying period normally takes place between March and July. The two adults will take care of eggs during the incubation period by sitting the eggs in turns. After 13 to 18 days, a new life, a new hatchling is brought to the world. This species, just like other bird species, makes very sweet chirping sound while communicating to their mates. They also try to imitate the surroundings through croaking, squawking, clicking, through whistles and growls. The bird often fluffs its feathers and bobs its head while singing. The common myna screeches warnings to its mate or other birds in case they notice predators in proximity or when they are about to take off. The human has over time been able to domesticate and pet the bird for their singing and speaking abilities. In the jungle before they sleep in communal roosts, they vocalize in unison, which is known as communal noise. Every morning they give us hope for a new day, and when the evening falls, we can sit to watch the sunset, and enjoy their harmonious chirping and songs they produce that calms our mind, and for a moment makes us restore our peace from the daily bustles of life. With every twilight setting, their voices are heard all across the world. While the silence grows more intense and more calm, so do they close their eyes too, till the next early dusk as nature awakens.
You travel the world without me, can't stay in one place, only home. want you to stay and love me. I need you to stay and tell me I will never go. So please, please, please